Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. We have quite a list of candidates here this afternoon, so I'm going to get to it without any delay. And I want to welcome each and every one of you. And if I don't get around to saying hello to you, it's not that I don't like you or anything like that. It's just that you just got away from me, and that's it. First of all, I'd like to call on one of our favorite representatives from this area, a great individual, works hard for all the people, and that is Bill Quirk. Bill Quirk. Is Bill over there, Austin? Bill Quirk? I talked to him just a minute ago, Dave. Bill, can you come up here? You're on right now. Sorry to give you such short notice, but there's. It's all yours, Bill.
Hey, great picnic. Glad to see you all here. Now I want you out walking for our endorsed candidates. And it's going to be there's going to be some very important measures on the ballot. And we're also, frankly, the race I'm really most worried about is the state Senate race. Regardless of your opinion of either one of the candidates, it's very clear who the progressive Democrat is in that race. Aisha! And she got just about a unanimous endorsement. And that's one where it's just going to it's night and day. And we'll be walking for all the other candidates. Oh, Liz, did you get the endorsement? Oh. If Shawn, I know you were here earlier. You're still a good guy. There you are. You're good. You're still a good guy. You're a worthy successor as well. But we've got to be out there. And if we're not out there, Lily is a very good politician. She's going to this will be the most expensive state Senate race in history, because you're going to have the powers that be. Sometimes, the strangest thing in the world, they'll see some small difference and they'll go big for Shawn. Those differences are small. The difference between Aisha and Lily is a chasm. And there's only 40 votes in the Senate. And one vote, I believe it was one vote that said we lacked one vote, for example, to put on a measure on the ballot that would have outlawed slavery. By that I mean not paying people in prison minimum wage. We failed by a vote there. One vote in the Senate is just key. One person in the Senate can change everything. So be there for all of our candidates. Be there for these very important ballot measures, but really be there for Aisha. It's just, I can't think of a race that's more important in this state right now than that one. So, there's a great turnout today. I want you all there to walk. I want you all. Robin is going to be starting a headquarters in Hayward, and I'll help her get it started. And I just gave $10,000 to the party. This is the most important race right now, statewide, is this one. Because frankly, the other ones, statewide, the governor's going to win, Bob Bonta's going to win, et cetera, although that's a critical one as well. But they're all well ahead. This thing is going to be neck and neck. So you've just got to be out there. And think about this today. Get out there every weekend. One of the reasons I didn't run is I didn't want to do a lot of walking. But I'll be there walking as well for our endorsed candidates, and particularly for Aisha. So thank you all for being here, and thank you all for walking in September, October.
Bill?
Yeah.
Helena wants to talk to you over there.
Oh, sure.
Get a minute, yeah. Thank you, Bill. It's always a pleasure hearing from Bill with the information that he brings to the table and the job that he does for us in Sacramento. I want to call on a great friend of mine and known him over the years for many, many times that he has run. And he's with a wonderful young lady by the name of Tony. How could I forget that? Hi, Tony. How are you? Welcome here. Nate, you're up next, please. Nate Miley, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, John, for that very kind and generous introduction. It's great to be here in Castro Valley with the Democratic Club. I mean, this annual event is just something I look forward to every year, and I just got off a plane this morning. I was in Chicago visiting my daughter who's in grad school. So it's good to get back here today and be here for this. There's a lot on the ballot in November, so I don't have to speaking to the choir here. We're all going to get out and do our jobs and vote, encourage others to vote, because I think people complain about Roe v. Wade, they complain about Trump, they complain about all those consequences, but elections have consequences, and if folks don't vote, they can see the consequences. I mean, it was very annoying for me back in 2016 when I was talking to some young people, young African-American, highly educated young people who did not vote. They did not vote, and it pissed me off because they didn't vote, and they should have known better. I mean, people have died for the right to vote. I would never think about not voting as an African-American, for example. So I think the fact that we had Trump, the fact that he appointed these Supreme Court justices, the fact that they overturned Roe v. Wade and other consequences, if that doesn't send enough of a wake-up signal to everyone that the right to vote is sacrosanct and we all need to exercise that. And at the moment, I'm not up here trying to encourage you to support X person or X measure, but I will talk about one measure in a minute. I am trying to encourage everyone to exercise that right that so many people died and fought for all of us. Now, the one thing I just want to encourage you to consider, the Board of Supervisors, we're putting on the ballot Measure D. I don't know if that'll be the actual ballot measure, but Measure D controls growth out in the east part of the county and in the canyons here in Castro Valley. Measure D prevents sprawl, but it's also supposed to enhance agriculture and preserve agriculture. It's had a chilling effect on enhancing and preserving agriculture. So we're putting on the ballot a very surgical amendment to Measure D that would help the ag industry, the wineries, the equestrian facilities, and others in the ag part of our county. So I would like to encourage everyone, whatever that ballot measure is, and at the moment I don't know if it's going to be Measure D, still got to wait for the registrar to give us the letter, to really support that. We need 50% plus one, and it will really help ag here in Alameda County. So once again, it's just great seeing so many of you. Some of you I've seen in person at various events since the pandemic has been upon us. It's great that we can get together and practice all the safety protocols associated with COVID. COVID is still with us, so just keep that in mind. But hey, Castro Valley Democratic Club, you guys rock. You're awesome, and I'm really pleased to represent you on the Board of Supervisors. So God bless.
Thank you, Nate Miley. And we have such a large group of candidates here today that want to talk. So I'm trying to expedite it as much as I possibly can. So bear with me, and if I'm remiss on introducing somebody, please let me know about that, because that's not my intent. And next up, I would like to introduce a candidate that's running for the hard board. I believe I make sure I get this right. Yeah, the hard board, Sara Lamnin. And Sara's been a friend of ours for so long, as a member of the Democratic Club here at Castro Valley, and a wonderful, wonderful, all you got to do is go downtown Hayward and see the work that she's responsible for. Vote for Sara, please. Sara, come on.
Y'all make my heart so happy. Good afternoon, amazing Democratic peoples. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being out here today. And cheers to the Castro Valley Democratic Club for another fantastic picnic. Let's have a round of applause for the Dem Party and the planning team and the cooking team. Absolutely. Since there are a lot of us, I will keep this short, but I'm always happy to talk more about hard and parks. But it's been a fantastic set of 8 years on the Hayward City Council. And I spent 20 years as a recreation therapist, working in the field as a state and nationally certified therapist. And I'm looking forward to going back to my recreation roots as a member of the Hayward Area Recreation and Parks Board with the two awesome board members that are over there, Peter and Rick. And to do great collaborative work with our Castro Valley Unified School District, our Hard School District, San Lorenzo. Hard is twice the size of Hayward, and I'm ready for the challenge. So come talk to me about the race, and I hope I can count on your vote. Thanks so much.
All right, Sara, thank you very much. Thank you. Listen to her talk and the way that Sara comes across and does things. I think that she deserves the support of everybody that's here for the position that Sara is running for. Now, Eric Swalwell sent his chief of staff here, and I'd like to call him up for a moment because Eric apparently could not be here today. And as we know, Eric has done a lot for us here in the Bay Area. He does great work back in Washington, and he needs our support at all time. Other than that, can you come up, Jacob? Please.
Hi, everyone. First, I'd like to give a big thank you to President Mary Swain and the rest of the club leadership for putting on this great event. Thank you all. You did a great job. And all the members, activists, and volunteers here for your continued hard work and dedication. We truly appreciate it. And another big thank you to all the elected officials and candidates who made it here. Without you guys, we'd all be out of a job. So thank you very much for all you do. My name is Jacob Acheron, and I'm the lead fellow alongside Director Kevin Farley for Eric Swalwell's Remedy PAC. We're very excited about our slate of candidates who are working tirelessly to keep the House blue and expand our Senate majority. Val Demings down in Florida is currently running to unseat Marco Rubio. Yep. And up in Wisconsin, Mandela Barnes is running to unseat the infamous Ron Johnson. Now, both of these candidates have August primaries followed by general elections in November, so it's all hands on deck right now. And as we gear up for this historic midterm fight, your continued support in volunteering, phone banking, door knocking, and fundraising is all more critical than ever. So thank you for all your hard work, and we must take this momentum into this midterm fight and keep this country blue. Thank you.
Okay. I wanted to mention one other candidate who I've gotten to know well. She's made a number of trips here to California, and that's Sherry Beasley, Cheri Beasley. She's running in North Carolina, an open seat against a MAGA guy, Ted Budd, the hand-picked candidate of Trump. And she's going to need phone bankers as well. So I will work with Eric's office to see if we can organize phone banks for her as well. But it's a seat we can win. If we were to pick up these three, so we don't have to worry about goddamn cinema and yeah. So let's pick up those seats, and again, that's something we really need to work hard on. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. And I'm going to go a little out of order here. If you don't mind, bear with me, because I know that all the candidates are here and they want to get as much as they possibly can out to the group of people that are here. So I'm going to call on April Chan. Where's April? April, can you please come up? Mike is all yours,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, my name is April Chan, and I'm running for East Bay MUD. First of all, I want to thank the Castro Valley Democratic Party for the picnic. It is a really great day to have a picnic today. And also, while I'm doing thank yous, I need to thank Frank Mellon, who's been a mentor for me through this election and just been invaluable at my side. And also, thanks to my campaign team for being here, Jose and Glenn. Say hello. Fantastic. I have a fantastic team. I just feel so fortunate. I am very, very excited for November when I'm going to be on the ballot for East Bay MUD. I feel great about it because I really feel I have a lot of knowledge about East Bay MUD. I'm actually an East Bay MUD Community Water Ambassador. So I'm going to be bringing that to my seat when I win East Bay MUD. I also want to let you know I'm a former Barbara Lee rep. I worked for her, and part of my job was bringing money, federal money, into the district. So I'm hoping that's something that I can do. I'm also on the Alameda County Fire Department Commission with Shawn Kumagai, which is amazing. But I just want to tell you really quick, I know I don't have very much time, but the reason I'm running is because I'm concerned about, I can sum it up in 3 words: climate change and drought. I am a long-time resident of the Bay Area, and it is very alarming to see how the weather patterns have changed and how we don't have as much water as we used to. Now, Frank Mellon did a fantastic job in his seat and in maximizing the water supply and finding new water, but also encouraging people to save water. And so anyway, that's really going to be my priority on the East Bay MUD Board: maximize our water supply. All right, thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, April. Thank you. Thank you, April. Let's give April a hand. Thank you so much. I would like to call now on a young woman who's running a great campaign out there and working diligently hard to represent people. So Liz Ortega. Liz, will you come to the mic, please?
Hi, I'm Liz Ortega. Thank you. Want to say thank you to the California Democratic Party for having endorsed me yesterday. I am running, real quick and sum it up, I am the Working Families candidate. I'm running on issues that matter our entire state, not just Alameda County. It's not okay for my daughter to have less rights than I did 50 years ago. It's just not okay. It's not okay for our kids to be in an affordability crisis, not a housing crisis. It's not okay for people to work 2 or 3 jobs and not be able to pay their rent. And those are the issues that I'm running on. And with that, because I don't want to spend all day talking about me, I want to talk about us. I want to call every woman that's here today to come up here, get behind me in this mic, and if you identify as a woman too, come here right now. Because like I said, one of the most critical things that are going to be on the ballot is ensuring that we protect our women's right to choose. Because our young ladies, women of color, should not be in this situation in 2022. So we're going to get out, we're going to vote, we're going to make sure that not just Liz Ortega gets there to Sacramento, but so does Aisha Wahab. So let's get this out, let's vote. And let me move this mic because it's taller than me.
Okay. Thanks, Bob. That was quite an expression there. That's good. Thank you, Liz, and all of your supporters here. Shawn, I'd like you to come up, if you would, for a moment, please. Shawn Kumagai, please. Welcome, Shawn, to the mic.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Councilmember Shawn Kumagai from the City of Dublin and candidate for Assembly District 20. I think Bill Quirk summed it up. I'm still a nice guy, Kumagai. You know, like, we have two progressive, pro-labor Dems in this race. I encourage you to take a look at my website, ShawnKumagai.com. I'm a very active member of the Democratic Party. I sit in state leadership at the CDP. I sit on the Alameda County Central Committee, very active with my local clubs. And the clubs are where it happens. It's where the rubber meets the road. So I appreciate you for engaging about this important race. What we are going to do is we are going to get out there and talk about my profile and about my record of getting results for people in Alameda County. While on Dublin City Council, we have gotten thousands of affordable units approved. We have taken on climate by putting in one of the most aggressive climate action plans in our history. And we have done a lot to create a safe and good community. 24 parks, we're very safe with good police and good fire in our city. And that's the kind of solutions I want to bring to California. I am the unabashed pro-housing candidate in this race because people like me, returning veterans, people like young people who are graduating from college, they cannot afford to live in our community, and that's a big problem. We need to take this issue very seriously because it's pushing people out, it's making them do longer commutes, it's making it so that we can't even hire workers in our communities anymore to do the jobs that we need to do. So it's a very serious problem. That's why I'm very proud to have the endorsement of California YIMBY, YIMBY Action, Housing Action Coalition, East Bay for Everyone, the carpenters, the laborers, builders, the full gamut of people who are trying to solve this housing crisis are behind my campaign. I've been endorsed by the East Bay Stonewall Democratic Club, by Quality California, by Tri-Valley Democratic Club, and by over 100 Democratic elected officials here in the district and across the state. Please visit ShawnKumagai.com to join our campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Shawn. Yeah. Thank you, Shawn. That's a nice presentation. Again, I'm going to go out of sequence here for just a moment, and I want to talk on bringing to the mic Pamela Price. Where is Pamela? Where is Pamela? I couldn't find her earlier on. Oh, there she is. Come on, Pamela.
Thank you. I'm running for Alameda County District Attorney. Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's okay, I'm short. Get it together. There you go. Thank you. I'm used to holding the mic. So, hi everybody. Glad to be here. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad we got to be out again. The pandemic has been quite challenging. Is there anybody here who has not had the COVID thing? Okay. Oh, a few people. Okay. I felt like we were walking through the rain trying not to get wet. So I got wet about a month ago, right after the primary election, and I'm honored to say I survived that. And I survived the primary. Yay! And we have 43% of the vote. And really excited to be the next district attorney to lead the county forward. We really have a lot of work to do. We have a really challenging legacy. If you look at the history of our county in terms of criminal justice reform and some of the things that have happened, it's very, very challenging. But I'm honored that in this season, in this moment, I get to be the champion for those who have been voiceless, for those who have been ignored, for those who have been overly criminalized, for families struggling with family members who are seriously mentally ill, for families who have lost loved ones to police violence, for families who have lost witnesses. when they wanted to actually help solve crime. And so we've got an opportunity in 2022 to step forward, to bring the county together, and I really appreciate that I've had the chance to go all over the county. And that literally, when you look at that map, we won all over the county. And that's a blessing. Because at the end of the day, we are all one county. And this club is a blessing to this community, and it's important that we continue to inspire the clubs. I am the secretary for the Oakland East Bay Democratic Club. I'm a member of the Wellstone Democratic Club, of the MGO, of the John George, of the Stonewall, because I believe in the power of Democratic Party activists to make a difference. When we talk about the power of the vote, we don't have to talk to each other. We all are going to vote. Our job is to make sure that in a Democratic county that we turn out as many Democrats as we can, and that's the main thing we can do is get other people to vote. And people look to us as leaders. They understand that we are the ones that are following these things, that we're the ones that are reading and educating ourselves. So know that you have the power to enlighten other people. And if that's the minimum you can do, that's a great thing for all of us. So thank you all for coming out today. Thank you for working for the endorsed candidates. I hope that soon I will be your endorsed candidate. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Good to see you. Thanks. Thanks, Pamela. Next to the mic, a young man who's also running for a position is Matt Turner. Matt, can you come to the mic, please?
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Really great to be out here. We got a little lucky break from climate change. This summer's been pretty cool, knock on wood, that it stays that way. But we can't count on that. And so I'm running for East Bay MUD. And as April mentioned, it's something that we share in common is the notion that climate is changing and there's a lot to do about it. Now, I've got a fair amount of experience in public advocacy. For the last 22 years, I've been a Castro Valley resident, speaking up for my neighborhood. Was on the Castro Valley Municipal Advisory Council for 4 years, worked for Supervisor Miley for 7 years as a community liaison for this area. And currently I'm a public policy consultant, working for the public good with local residents, just helped get $14.3 million with Bill Quirk for public safety on our roads. So I'm out there looking out for everybody as best I can. And special districts like East Bay MUD are often kind of a priesthood where very few people know what's actually going on there, and it's not very accessible. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody or anything like that. I'm running for something, not against anyone, and I want to give my promise that I will be open and fully accessible. I don't pretend that I have all of the best ideas. The people do. People, when you're knocking on people's doors out in the community, you learn what the real priorities are. It's not for an agency to tell the people what they need. It's for the people to tell an agency what they need. And that is my promise, that I will be there, I will be accessible, and I will respond to the needs of our people. Our watershed, is on fire right now. It's fortunately almost under complete control. But few people know where our water comes from, the McCollum River. I helped secure wild and scenic status for a good stretch of it 12 years ago. It's the shirt I'm wearing. And people should learn the name of where our water comes from. 90% of our drinking water comes from the McCollum River out of the Sierras. And it's an area that's very, very much under threat. I was just there at the beginning of last month, and it's been devastated by fires in recent years and very bad logging practices. So it's something I plan to take up arms against, for your benefit. So looking forward to your vote. You can visit me at votemattturner.com. And thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. And I'm moving right along. And there's another woman that I seem to recognize here is former Ellen Corbett, who has done an awful lot for this area and San Leandro and all of that. Ellen was a wonderful, wonderful. The position you held there was you were what was it, Bob?
Majority Leader of the Senate.
Majority. That's the one I was trying to think of, Ellen. And you've always done a wonderful job. Ellen is so good. Please give Ellen a hand, please. Please. Thank you, Ellen. And of course, I'm a little bit partial to Ellen with the name that she has, Corbett. Me coming from Ireland, and our ancestry has got to be there too, of course. Anyway, Sarah, Raymond, can you please come to the mic, please?
Thank you. Hi, thank you so much. It's been really nice to come out here today and see some familiar faces who I haven't seen in a really long time, and meet a lot of new people today as well. My name is Sarah Raymond, and I'm running for Castro Valley School Board. I'm really excited to make this announcement. It's something I've thought long and hard about. In fact, I've thought about it for about 8 years, and I finally decided there's literally no time like the present. So here I am, and putting myself out there. I'm offering you a person who is the mother of 2 kids in our public schools. By the time November rolls around, my kids will have been in 2 of our elementary schools, both of our middle schools, and in our high school. I have spent the last 10 years in some form or another volunteering in our classrooms, volunteering at the district level, and I feel like I've gotten a really good sense of what our schools are like and maybe what some of the needs are like by knowing, speaking with so many people, you know, in the years and as they've gone. I also bring you an attorney, also known as a professional problem solver. Not everyone thinks of that when they hear attorney, but that is what I do. My job is to listen to problems, analyze them, try to understand what is at the heart of the matter, what is causing our problem and our conflict, and seeing what we can do about solving it. Those are skills that I really want to put to use in our district with our families, with our administrators, with our teachers, and see what we can do to come to consensus on some of our harder issues. One of the harder issues that is personally resonant with me is that of the fact that many of our kids in our district and their families, when they need special ed services, face a lot of roadblocks. I want to understand why that is. I want to understand what we can do to help solve that problem. I want to see if there are solutions that haven't been considered. That is something that I bring to you. I'm also very concerned about the toll that the pandemic has taken on the mental health of our community, particularly on our kids and on our teachers. Our schools, as you guys know, really took the brunt of all of this during the pandemic. We are still recovering. Our schools are still recovering. Teachers are super burned out. Our kids are still sometimes scared to go to school. And we need to do what we can as a community to rally and help them and support them. So I am here to help with that process. These are things that matter to me. I hope they matter to you. The other thing I just want to share with you is that I am a lifelong Democrat. I'll be turning 50 in March. I have been a Democrat as long as I've known that there were political parties. To me, the ideals of our party speak to my core, and I care about them, and I think they matter at every level of our government. So I hope to bring my progressive values, my democratic principles to our school board. I want to speak truth to power. I want to question the questions that might not be being made. I want to bring parents questions that aren't being heard and speak them out loud. So I hope that you will consider supporting me. I have a website up. It is Sara, spelled S-A-R-A, no H, for cvschools.com. And I would love to invite you to reach out to me through that website anytime. I will come to your home to meet your friends and neighbors. I will walk neighborhoods with you, and I want to be your voice on the board. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. I need to mention that we're going to have a raffle later on, and if you haven't purchased your tickets, appreciate if you would go over and purchase some tickets from John and Van Giles, who have put together real nice presents or whatever. You'll find out what they are. There's a multitude of things on the table. I'd like to call on a man that has served East Bay Mud for many, many years. He's telling he's throwing the towel in, but I'd like to have a few words from him. Frank Mellon, do you want to come up, Frank? Please. The dog ain't going to hurt.
No, the dog ain't going to hurt.
Go ahead, Frank.
Well, thank you very much, John. And thank you all for coming out here today. This is one of the great traditions of not only Castro Valley, but America. To come out here, break bread together, and recognize that we are in a group that cares about America. So a round of applause to each of you for your wonderful caring. As you all know, I put in 28 years on the East Bay Mud Board. During that time, accomplished a lot of things. Matt takes credit for the Wild and Scenic, but that actually happened on my watch. And I think that's pretty interesting. But I also am responsible for solving the problem that we had on the American River and having the Freeport facility so that we had drought supply. Is it enough? No. We live in a drought environment with interludes of rain. And one of the things that April and I have talked about is what's the next steps? And that's what we're going to do. The next steps are stopping leaks. That's how Israel is now water surplus. Getting better conservation. We know that those are things that we need to accomplish. So I want to thank you all for trusting me over the years to lay the foundation for where April is going to be going. Thanks so much to all of you. I will stay in the community and do things, but you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. And before, one of the other things that sometimes we're remiss on thanking Peter Rosen and a lot of the other people that have put on the food today for you. It isn't easy. It takes a lot of work, as you all know. Robin Torello over there can tell you an awful lot about that. She's put on many. Robin, I know you would like to probably give us an update on some of what's going on. Do you want to come to the mic for a minute, and then I'll introduce some other people that are here.
Okay.
If you would, please. Can you do it, Robin?
Hey everybody, happy Sunday. This is a beautiful turnout for Castro Valley Democratic Club. Good job to the club and all the volunteers. I work with the Eden Area United Democratic Campaign. Our responsibility, and many of you are already members of our organization, are looking for a headquarters for the fall campaign. We're centering on Hayward for two main reasons: to really help Aisha and help Liz. And so although the headquarters would be centered in Hayward, we have the responsibility of Castro Valley, all the unincorporated areas like San Lorenzo, Ashland, Chairland, etc., and San Leandro. So, and all the candidates that are endorsed by the party are handled out of that headquarters. So I would ask, if you're interested in volunteering, that you would sign up with Mary and Sonia and say that you're interested in helping with the Eden Area United Democratic Campaign, or as we say, EAUDC. And we would appreciate you, and we'll contact you as soon as we have a location. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robin. Many thanks, Robin. And I also want to give a thank you to our new president who's here, Mary Swain. Mary's our new president. We have Sonia House, who's been a member of us for years. Jason Carvey, as well as everything else. So we have a good team on the thing. And this electronic stuff could not go on without the best I know in the business is Bob Swanson. Bob he's great. He helps with anything we want to do. And we couldn't operate this operation without you. I want you to know that from me, and I know there's a lot of people that share that. Now, up to the mic, I want to bring, what is it? Oh, yes. It's Dennis. No, not Dennis. It's, I've got Rick Hatcher, who's here on behalf of Mimi Dean, who couldn't be here. Apparently, Mimi had an accident and hurt her, broke her leg. Maybe you can explain it, Rick, better than I can. So on her behalf, do you want to say something?
Yeah,
Please.
thanks. Appreciate that. Well, welcome to our Hard Park guys today and girls, and the Democratic Club for putting on a great event. Yeah, Mimi Dean is running for Loma Sanitary District, and she broke her femur riding her bicycle. And for those that know Mimi Dean, she is an incredibly qualified candidate for the Loma Sanitary District Board coming up here in November. I highly support her, and that's why I chose today to come up and just talk a little bit about being green with Mimi Dean. If anybody knows her and sees her out and about, she's a 30-year veteran of the San Lorenzo Unified School District and has really kind of corralled her whole life around the idea of recycling, reuse, repurpose. She used to work for the Regional Water Quality Board. She's currently on the Eden Area Municipal Advisory Council. It's in its initial stages. She was a part of the Ashland Cherryland Food Policy Council. She's a consummate urban farmer in the area. And I chose to, with my humbled heart, was asked to speak on her behalf because I do believe what she believes in, and that is really the idea that the sanitary districts, with the partnerships along with Castro Valley Sanitary District, HARD, and a lot of our other agencies really can take it to the next level with what we need to do. It's not just your waste anymore. It's not just recycling. It is really the way of life that I see Mimi Dean. So again, take a look at her name, her website, Being Green with Mimi Dean, and thank you for the vote for our candidate. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Oh, okay.
No. So this was to help because she cannot get out and about. So Claudia Mcdonough here is going to be taking some names down for anybody who wants to help volunteer with her. Because with a broken femur, you can't do a whole lot. So she'll be off her feet probably till the good September time. So Claudia Mcdonough has a sign-up sheet. So thank you again.
And that brings me also to Claudia Mcdonough. Claudia is also our recording secretary. And let me tell you, she's been there for a long time and done a marvelous job. But of course, she's married to a good Irishman too, and I had to say that, right, Claudia? Let's see. We've got. Where is Julia Roach? Is Julia Roach here? Julia, can you come to the mic, please?
Thank you. I'll make it quick because I'm actually a Hayward candidate. My name is Julie Roach. I'm running for Hayward City Council. I am a mom, I'm an attorney, and I'm currently a planning commissioner. And I'm hoping to keep working on some of the issues our current council is doing a good job on: housing, inclusive affordable housing, definitely climate change. I'm always pro-choice. I'm going to continue the work that our council people have made on reproductive rights, and I would appreciate your support. I'm going to be seeking the Dem Party's endorsement, and I'm here to answer any questions. And thank you for giving me a minute today because I know you're focused on Castro Valley. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Rita Duncan. Rita, are you available? Where are you, Rita? Rita Duncan? Come on, Rita. Go ahead, Rita.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Rita Duncan, and I'm
to the mic so they can hear
okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. I am Rita Duncan, and I'm running for re-election for the Loma Sanitary District Board. Okay, I guess I need to talk really loud. I didn't want to put my mouth too close to this, but I will. But anyway, I'm running for Loma Sanitary District Board. Again, would be re-election for me. And we are focused on a lot of things at Loma, but most of all, our infrastructure, the sewer pipes, 273 miles. We are replacing them, and we're excited about that. We also just recently, I shouldn't say recently, we started to build a new building, and it will have a training center in it, and it will be open to the public. The other things that we're working on is working with, as Rick Hatcher said, with the HASPA plan to work on our shoreline. But most importantly, what has happened is that we have been being in compliance with the Ordinance 1383. We've been rolling out the new garbage receptacles. And the thing that I want to run on the platform, although Rich says that recycling, we're doing that, I think we need to educate our customers a little bit more on where their waste should go, what waste stream should be appropriate. And although many of you cannot vote for me in Castro Valley because you have your own board of directors, you do own 25% of our treatment plant. And so I'd like to leave you with this. Again, Rita Duncan. I'm running for Loma Sanitary District Board of Directors and want to be number 1 for your number 2. Okay?
Thank you, Rita.
And also, my other hat is I'm president of the Black Women Organized for Political Action. And we have a voter education project that we are really rolling out. We have this wonderful bookmark that will give you everything that you need to know to vote. And we are rolling it out also to all of the states outside of California who have suppression laws. And we would be willing to give you as many as you want for your network to get more people to vote, because it's important, we know, to vote, regardless of who you vote for. But I would be honored to get your endorsement, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Rita. Thank you very much, Rita. Dennis Wasby, a local man who's on the East Bay Parks, and a wonderful Democrat as well as everything else. I'd like to welcome Dennis to the mic.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Dennis Wasby. I have the honor and privilege to be a member of the East Bay Regional Park District Board of Directors. I'd like to just say it's my honor and privilege to also be a member of the Castro Valley Democratic Club, and it's also been an honor and a privilege to work with some really great people that have retired that we talked about today. Bill Quirk and Frank Mellon. I will truly miss you guys, miss your friendship, miss your collaboration, and all your hard work you've done for our communities. I like this. I am running this year. I last on the podium, last on the ballot. If you ever get down to the end of your ballot, I'll be down there running. I look forward to the Regional Park District. I love the Park District. I think, I hope you all have. I hope you all understand the glory and radiance of park districts. The reason we come to places like this and break bread together and meet together is because natural beauty is an incredible thing. And I think during the COVID pandemic, parks became incredibly important for not only your psychological health, your physical health, your spiritual health, but just to get out, to be able to get outside, enjoy parks. So I want to continue to doing that. We've got a lot of things going on. Oh, and I were remiss to say, my fellow board member, Ellen Corbett, is obviously very famous for being a mayor, obviously very famous for being a Senate Majority Leader, but she's also currently an incredibly good director at the East Bay Regional Park District. So thank you, Ellen. People seem to forget that.
And she brought the library to Castro Valley.
That's right. So anyway, you know, the Park District, I'm not going to go along because everybody wants to have some fun and talk amongst themselves. Park District's got a lot of challenges this year. We've got wildfires, we've got the pandemic, we've got sea level rise. You know, the Park District has 55 miles of the San Francisco Bay shoreline and thousands of acres of eucalyptus trees that we're trying to protect you from wildfires. So I'd like to continue that work, and I hope you'll vote for me. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dennis. Thanks, Dennis. Ellen is on that board, is she?
Yeah, she's
Ellen, come here. Come on, you have something to say for all the things you've done here. Come on, get up to the mic and don't be shy.
I don't really need to
This is
say
Ellen
anything else.
Corbett.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for all being here. And, you know, it's just an outstanding event that we have every year. We've had to skip over a few because of, you know, what's been going on with health. But it's so nice to see you all here in person. And what's really amazing about this crowd, if I said everybody who's here, who's elected and or running for something or ran for something, please raise your hand. I know all your hands would be up. So it's really a great group of people who are not afraid of working hard to support all of the important resources and services and open space and the environment and everything else that we work on here in the community. But thank you very much. Thank you all for your support and helping all of us who work to make this one of the best places in the world to be living. And thank you all for showing up and supporting and working hard to get great people elected to office. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Good to see you all. Is Roxanne Lewis in the house? Roxanne, can you come up to the mic, please? You're
thanks for all being here. And I'm Roxanne Lewis. I'm running for Eden Health District Board of Directors. I'm running for re-election this year. I've been on the board for 2 terms, running for re-election. I'm a lifelong resident of Castro Valley. I have over 40 years experience in the healthcare field, so I'm keenly aware of some of the deficiencies we have in our system. We've been trying to focus on mental health. We're looking to partner with the veterans to hopefully make that happen at the old library. We feel very strongly about that. I'm also a member of the West County Board of Zoning Adjustments. This year, the district has gone to zoning, so the zone I'm running for is Zone 3, which is Castro Valley and Fairview. So I would very much appreciate your vote. If you need to know more about Eden District, please go to their website. We've been very instrumental in COVID testing and vaccination throughout this whole pandemic, and we continue to do so. So again, I would love your vote. That's Roxanne Lewis for Eden Health District. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne. Yeah. Thank you, Roxanne. Appreciate it. Now we have George Syrup. Syrup, is it? Syrup, George. Can you step to the mic, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is George Syrup. It's nice to meet all of you. I am a Community Services Commissioner for the City of Hayward, and I am running for Hayward City Council. I was born and raised in Hayward. I would be the only renter on council if elected, and I'm fighting to make my hometown more affordable, to protect local small businesses, and get people organized. I'm really excited to see how many people are out here today, because this is what making change in the community looks like. This is what building people power looks like, and everybody here is committed to making our world a better place for the kids tomorrow. So I'm hoping that, I know a lot of folks here are Castro Valley, unincorporated, but if you've got friends in the Hayward area, let them know George Syrup is running for City Council, Hayward City Council. And if you have any questions, come find me after. I'm looking forward to talking to all of y'all. Have a great day.
Thanks, George. George, I had you on the list.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right, thanks. And there's another young man here that also serves on the city of San Leandro, I believe it is. Yeah, San Leandro. Fred Simon. Fred, would you like to come to the mic, please? Come on, Fred.
Thank you, John. Hey, John. Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you. My name is Fred Simon. I am currently on San Leandro City Council. However, I'm also on Loma Sanitary District. I'm running for Loma Sanitary District for re-election here this November. I am running and I am serving on both boards. The reason why I ran for City Council was social justice, environmental justice issues. I ran a bit earlier than I thought in my career, but it was really important to help with those issues in San Leandro. But for Loma, I ran there 4 years ago, and I did get endorsement from the Castro Valley Democratic Club. Thank you very much. But my heart is as well as with the environment. And we see here in this beautiful park from Hard all these beautiful trees and greenery. And Loma, we handle wastewater as well as recycling and solid waste. But a lot of our wastewater, actually almost all of it, goes out to the bay. But an important thing, I believe, is using that water for landscaping. So instead of using high-quality snowpack water for landscaping, I support using recycled water for trees. That'll free up the quality drinking water for the people. So that's an important element in my campaign that I believe in. That's a big investment. It's not cheap, but it's a big investment for our future. Also, I do believe in partnerships. Hayward Area Recreation District, East Bay Park District, we all have to work together to solve these issues, whether it's environmental justice, social justice, keeping our landscape green, keeping us safe, having clean air to breathe. We got to work together. I also worked with Nate Miley and his group, CURB, Community United to Remove Blight, and that's a big issue I have is all the trash that we see in many parts of our area, unincorporated areas, San Leandro, even Castro Valley. We got to find a way to keep our areas clean. So I'm looking for your vote here coming up in November. Fred Simon for Loma Sanitary. Thank you.
Thanks, Fred. What a fine young man. I had the great pleasure of working with his father for many, many years, and This is a fine young man, Fred, and I wish him all the luck in the world. Now we have George. Is that correct? How do you? Or Alfred? I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Alfred, come on, up to the mic, Alfred. Mic is all yours.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alfred Chu, and I'm running for the AC Transit Board of Directors at-large seat, representing the entire East Bay, from Richmond in the north to Fremont in the south, and all the places like Castro Valley and Hayward and the Eden area in between. I'm running because I'm a bus rider, I'm a planning commissioner, I'm an architect, and I want to use my personal experience and professional experience and all the work I've done with different community leaders across the East Bay to create a safer, more efficient bus system, where I work with cities to make sure that street designs are safe, that our transit service is well connected and well coordinated with the BART system, with Union City Transit, with VTA, and all the other transit agencies that AC Transit connects to. And finally, to work with all the cities, and many of you here, on making sure that the city planning of our future is one that is built around mass transit instead of relying on fossil fuels, so we have a more energy efficient and more economically resilient community. Again, that's Alfred Chu for AC Transit at large. I'll be on the ballot in this fall. Thank you.
Thanks, Alfred. Thank you, Alfred. I was getting you mixed up there for a minute, but we got it straight. Okay. Next on the list, I'd like the woman for speaking on behalf of Rebecca Kaplan. It's Julie. Can you come to the mic, Julie, please?
Woo! Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Wedge. I'm here on behalf of Rebecca Kaplan, who is spending a little bit of time with her new addition to her family. Yay! Leela was born on Friday, and the family is all doing well. She sends her well wishes. She thanks everybody. We had a really strong showing, and a lot of it was thanks to the unincorporated areas, San Leandro, San Lorenzo, Oakland, Alameda. We were really, really impressed with. I mean, let's face it, guys, she won it all. And we could not have done that without you guys. And we're looking forward to November. We know that we're going to be faced. We know that the California Apartment Association has $2 million in the bank ready to say no to Rebecca. So we're going to be counting on all of you to help us out. One of the things that I'm going to ask that you do, if you're willing, is we do have our new yard signs. So if you live in the district and are willing to put up a yard sign, please come see me, and I'm happy to give one to you. And also, we would like to push out next week that we want to be giving out the yard signs. So if you're willing to individually take a picture with a yard sign for me, I would really, really appreciate that. So again, thank you for your vote. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you're doing for all of the endorsed candidates. And thank you for what you're going to do for Rebecca over the next few months. Make it a great one, guys.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Julie. And I think we need to get ready for the drawing from Val and John and Mary. I think, Mary, are you getting ready over there for the drawing? Are they, Val? I think we're about to wrap it up as regard, unless, is there anybody here that I didn't call on that wanted to say something? You? Come here. There is somebody, and what was the name? Christy. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, of course you are, yeah. Christy is on the list, and I was trying to short circuit it, really. I'm sorry, Christy, but here you are. You got you anyway. Come on, Christy.
Thank you all for coming today. This is a great event. I love coming here and seeing everyone and all of our elected officials. I am Christy Duman-Wirtz, and I'm running for CV San. And people say, oh, CV San, what's that? So CV San is our sanitary district that handles our wastewater treatment, and we manage the solid waste contract for Castro Valley. So I want all of you to know that, so that when they say, what is that position? You know. I was fortunate to be appointed to the office of the Board of Directors for CV-SAN last year, and I have hit the ground running, participating in a variety of different events that help our community understand what we do. I've chaired the Communications Committee, and I hope that you have seen all of our outreach. We've been doing a lot of additional outreach beyond the forum. You see us all the time in the forum, but we've been doing videos, advertising at the BART station, doing presentations at the library. Another thing that I'm very proud to say that we are going to be rolling out is we are hopefully going to be doing our groundbreaking for our new operations and building that will be our center, will be on Center Street, and we look forward to breaking ground this year for that project. Then the last thing I'm going to say is, when do you ever hear that there's an organization in which you get a rate reduction? So we were very fortunate that last year we were actually able to reduce your rates, and we're very proud that we try to be very good stewards to our community to do that. I look forward to your support in November, and again, my name is Christy Duman-Wirtz, and thank you so much.
We hear you, Michael. Christy, thank you so much. I can appreciate the work that Christy does on the SAN board. I was on the SAN board for not the board itself, but on the advisory committee, and I know what the board does. So I'm hoping that all of you will support Christy. We need good people on there, and I know that she's dedicated to doing the job that she says she's going to do. So good luck to you on your endeavor for that position. Thanks again for all of you coming out. Is there anybody else on the list that believe you me, this is a big list. This is a big list, and I hope the only one that I didn't get on there was Tony, and Tony. But anyway, thank you all for coming out, and hope you had a wonderful time. And to the people that helped put this together, like Peter Rosen, Helena Slaughter, Pat Payne, Sonia, Dave Siegel and his wife, Andrea, just so many thanks for all of the people that showed up, and it's great to see all of you. After all we've been through with the pandemic and all of the things, it's great to have a face-to-face with it. And Pamela, I thought for a moment today you weren't coming, but I was pleasantly surprised when your people showed up, and you yourself as well. Good luck on your endeavor for your job. So thanks, and Barisha going out there. Hi, Barisha. Hi, how are you? Good, you're good. And good luck to all of the candidates. And Dave, do you want to say a word or anything like that? This is Dave Siegel, who does an awful lot of our things in the club, writes letters, does things, and good letters, and sometimes controversial, but they're all good. Anyway, Dave, do you want to say something?
Hey everybody, thanks a lot for coming, and don't forget the rules. If whatever you brought that's left over, you got to take home and eat. Don't waste. I just want to say also, I'm coordinating postcard writing. So if anyone wants to do something to write postcards for races coming up this election season, come see me. I have all the instructions. It's a really easy thing to do, and I think it's really effective. So if you feel like if you feel frustrated about the fascist takeover, you can help write some postcards. I have the only thing is you got to pay for the postage, which, by the way, is still the cheapest in the world. Yes, and good elections are important, right? So That's what we've been talking about for the last hour. Is fair elections and who we're going to elect. So anyway, come see me. I've got some extra postcards. I'm writing some right now to Kansas because they're about to pass a constitutional amendment to outlaw abortion. All right. We're doing some for Florida for an upcoming primary election. It's the lists are Democratic voters who don't go out and vote. So we need to get out the vote. Finally, the postcards I have some extras of are for the Georgia general election in November. And we're trying to get Warnock back in. So, okay, thanks again, you guys.
Mary just wants to say thank you. Go on, Mary.
Okay, people, thank you all for being here. We're going to do our raffle now, I think. And so last chance to buy tickets if you need, to buy tickets. And let's see. So I'm not sure who's going to be doing the raffle calling here, but yeah. So last chance to go buy tickets, and then we'll be doing the raffle in just a couple minutes. And I really want to thank everyone for coming. Now you're all inspired to go do actions on your own, like Dave was talking about with postcards. You can check out Commit to Democracy. Their website is very helpful. There's lots and lots of ways you can be active. You can volunteer at the local office too, because Robin's going to be letting us know soon where that is, and we will have lots and lots of opportunities to get out the vote and make sure that we keep the House and hold the Senate and just increase our power. And we're not giving up. We're just getting ready to really put our heads down and power through November. So thank you all, and have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks again, Mary. And I see one of the school board members that I should have introduced earlier is Mikey Kuzik. Mike is on the Castro Valley School Board and does a good job along with the rest of them. And so is Dolly Adams as well. And I think Dolly is here today, is she? She's in Florida, enjoying the sunshine. But anyway, get your tickets ready for the raffle, if you would, please. And many thanks again to Bob Swanson for furnishing all of the electronics here today. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Hopefully my job is done after all of this. Thank you.